What are 7 conversational traps that you can fall into which make the conversation seriously boring? To be a great conversationalist, you have to be in the present moment. Even if you have an idea in your head for what you thought was the most amazing anecdote, the funniest joke, the best piece of conversation ever, even if you heard a dating coach say it and you thought, wow, that advice is great, if you are talking and you see her disengaging either by actively moving away, glazing over, looking outside the conversation, checking her phone, or just simply not engaging, not laughing or emoting when you get to the punchline or asking you any questions, read the room. No matter how great that anecdote or joke sounded on paper, stop right there. She's communicating through her body language that she is not interested. Instead, change tack. So if a woman is asking you high quality questions like, so what motivated you to do that? Do you think you'll ever be able to travel and come visit me? What was it like for you? What do you see us really connecting on as people? And you either give a lame answer like, I don't know, just kind of turned up there. Or if you give an answer that shoots her down like, so why would you want to know? And is kind of cocky and exactly the wrong place. This actually stamps on her desire to build a connection with you in that moment and is counterproductive to you having a great conversation with her. I have seen so many men fall into the trap that they are very socially comfortable. They can easily talk to 1, 2, even 3 women they meet, but their dates fall flat, and that's because they get anchored into this role of feeling like they need to perform and entertain women. So this is you if you are constantly cracking jokes, if you always make women laugh, but you really rarely get to a second date, this is likely to be the issue. Now, obviously, being humorous and playful is generally a really good thing to do in conversations. However, if that is all you do, it's hard for her to take you seriously. So do not fall into this conversational trap. Make sure your conversations are a balance of moments of humor and lightness, with also moments of you being more serious or sharing a genuine opinion about something. This is going to make you a lot more trustworthy and overall more compelling as a person. Finally, it's also less tiring for you than feeling like you constantly have to entertain her. Be careful about the anecdotes that you tell. Remember, if she doesn't know the details of the people that you're talking about or the project that you're speaking about, it can actually be really hard for her to follow the thread of the conversation. It can become confusing. So be careful when you're first talking to a woman that you keep anecdotes really short and that you don't assume any prior knowledge that she might have. If you're constantly throwing people's names out there and talking about stuff that she doesn't know because she's just met you, this is going to feel really disorientating, and again, it will make you come across that you're not a good social communicator. It will come across that you're just kind of talking about stuff that you like to talk about without taking any feedback from her. As a generalization, women will find topics that involve people, personalities, qualities, memories to be far more interesting. So you always want to shift your conversation towards the human element and the people involved, and not just talk about a factual exchange. Do not interview women. Again, asking women questions can feel like quite a safe thing in the conversation to do because you might feel like asking questions is polite. You may even prepare questions for your dates to ask her because you don't want to run out of conversation or things to say. However, if you're constantly grilling her and you're not really engaging in any topic, a couple of things are going to happen. First of all, you will find that you run out of conversation topics extremely quickly because your conversation will go something like this. So, where do you work? How long have you worked there? Where do you live? Is it nice living there? Great. What did you do on the weekend? Are you close to your family? Suddenly you'll fly through all these conversation topics because you're actually not really hearing her or engaging with any topic that comes up. You're just kind of like, boom, done that topic, on to the next one. The second thing that will happen here is that she will feel a bit emotionally drained by the experience, and she won't find that she has any compelling reason to want to stay in touch with you. And that's simply because during the whole conversation, you have shared so little about yourself. Remember, to women, you have to be interesting as a person as well as simply interested in her. So don't get the balance of the conversation wrong here. If you're just talking endlessly and that conversation isn't really connecting, or she doesn't feel like you're really seeking to understand her, there's going to be a big disconnect here. On a date with an attractive woman, you may feel like the conversation is something you need to get through, that you need to try to do well, that you need to entertain her. But if all of these things are happening and you're not actually in that present moment, you're not paying attention to her social signals, and you're not building a connection, you're not listening to what she's sharing in the conversation and trying to relate to that, you're not noticing how her mood is shifting slightly depending on what conversational topics are coming up, all of these are going to be big missed opportunities for you to build the kind of connection and relationship with her where she will be excited to see you again. This really comes down to mindset. Instead of it being a foregone conclusion that you would like to go on another date with her, or you'd like to get to know her better, make this a standard for yourself. Think, actually, you know what? Unless we can talk about conversational topics we both enjoy, unless we're kind of vibing, unless I find her interesting, unless I find her fun, you know what? There's a lot of attractive women in the world. Go into those conversations from the mindset where you are selecting her, and you will avoid many of the common conversational traps that make men boring.